This is my Gypsy Hermitage Tarot. Welcome to my channel. When it comes to donating to my channel or booking me for a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. So I'm coming back to have a brief talk. This is going to be brief, just about the glow up. And because sometimes, what people are calling the glow up, it can be a struggle for some of us, depending on how hard your life is. I mean, that's just true. And I admire um, feminines that have been on this journey for a while because they glowed up probably a long time ago, and now they're just maintaining. It might be the glow, it might be their energy, glowing up and getting back into meditation on a deeper level. Things like that could be the glow up. For some of us, we have weight to lose. We're trying to really master our eating, fast more, which also helps with energy. It also helps with the energy, becoming vegan. That affects energy, just a lot of things. And so I wanted to talk about first, what is the glow up? Okay. The purpose for this glow up, and I don't know about anyone else's experience, but when I first became religious, because I didn't grow up in religion, and I learned how to pray and things like that, and I prayed a lot. I always had a glow, but I also, my energy, like I had older women that would say, "Oh, I can feel your vibration," just them walking by them, or yeah, them standing next to me in a building or something. And I never knew what they were talking about, because to me, mm, I didn't know what they were talking about. But then when I had my awakening, and in 2018, and I started a 14-day fast, I could feel people's energy, like good, bad, or otherwise, or even if they like were, there was something about them that felt really empty or dull, a lack of energy, whatever it was, I could feel it. And so, um, that's really what the glow up is. It's not about some vain, I want to be the baddest bitch on the block. I want to look better than all these women. You will never, ever, never be the most beautiful woman in the world ever. There's always someone younger, prettier, more talented than any of us. But the good news is, if you always loved your definition of beauty or how you looked, and like for me, I've been raising children for 16 years. So in the last, oh God, and I did so much, in the last let's see, 2012. Wow, it's been 10 years. The last 10 years, I earned 3 degrees and a graduate certificate. In 5 years, I earned 3 degrees. And then I took another year and earned a graduate certificate in English. So all that took a toll because I didn't neglect my children at all. I have two. And I look tired. So at this point, but when I was awakened in 2018, that wasn't that far away, right? So it's almost 3.5 years. But what I have learned about myself is, in which I've always avoided by avoiding close relationships with men, I've avoided a lot of the stress of it. I've avoided the ups and downs of it. I've been mostly peaceful, by being alone. And so the reason that I'm now in a position, which I think some feminines are, if been on this journey, if you've done a couple phases with a false twin or with your actual twin flame, you might find that your weight has fluctuated, your stress level, you've had a bit of depression, you've fallen off your eating habits, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So this is what I want to say to us in the re-glow up, or for those that are new to the journey, the glow up. It's not just about being beautiful. It's not, but that's a part of it because it's really your energy that's going to attract, especially if you're on social media. On my social media, I have pictures from when I was 52, right? When I first was talking to my friend. But my last picture that I took, I think, was when I was 52. So I still use that picture if I ever put up a picture of myself or if someone wants to see a picture of me. But I don't post anything from recent days or months or a couple of years. And so that I'm getting back to that discipline. All right. I'm getting back to, and even better than that. Um, so that's what I mean. We may have neglected ourselves, fallen off in some areas. Um, Maybe we have work to do on our teeth. Maybe we have work to do on our body. Maybe it's our energy that needs to come up because we're in a bitter energy still, based on what a false twin did or a real twin. Whatever it is, whatever it is, you can do it. And all it takes, this is what it takes, all right? And I don't even want to address the Instagram models and women that are doing, because the information's out there. Everybody has videos on TikTok about the glow up. There is a difference between those of us that are spiritual, religious and spiritual, and those that are just trying to get money or take somebody's man. Like if you, right, whatever. Whatever your agenda, I'm not worried about anybody who has an agenda because of the racial paradigm or because they got some artificial shit put in places. I'm not, because I know the science of this journey. Oh, I'm sorry. For anybody that doesn't know about the racial paradigm, this is what I mean when I say I don't deal with trend culture. Okay. So there's a trend where black men, I'm black, right, are chasing after non black women, not all, but some. And it's a good amount of some. And because of that paradigm, it's gone to the heads, especially of, well, no, of most of these non black women. It's gone to their heads. They feel really, beautiful, like even if they're not. It's gone to their heads. They're delusional, some of them. And then because they know some of our brothers are sick with self hatred, they will even try to interfere with someone's relationship. None of this is high vibrational, just so you know. Um, will interfere with marriages and relationships under the slogan of, I will take your man or I can take your man. Well, the thing about when there's a trend and something, especially with my community, there's something that comes along that's destructive towards us, we're so resilient that we'll get right. We'll have certain of our men that are like, I'm not dealing with it. I want a black woman, that are loyal to that, because in all races, that's the norm. It just is. You know, there's nothing wrong with, just like God created different kinds of flowers and different kinds of large cats and different kinds of lions. Did you know there's a African lion and an Asian lion and an Arabian lion? And the Asian lion is shorter than the African lion. I mean, there are just differences, and there's nothing wrong with that. There isn't. Usually, anyway, I don't want to get into politics. I'm just saying there's a difference between people that are on low vibrational, hurtful shit and the true divine feminine. You don't have to worry, divine feminine. Even if your masculine decides he's going to stay involved in the shenanigans of this world and does not honor the connection with you for this lifetime, that's cool. I've said this before. I don't care who is or is not my masculine, whoever he is. If he decides not to be with me, I'm not going to entertain him. I will hold myself away from everyone unless someone comes towards me in love, and that can be a soulmate. But for my true twin, if he really continues to reject me, I will withdraw my energy until he needs, you know, our connection. And that may happen in other lifetimes. I could even choose not to come back here until he knows he wants to honor this contract. That's just the truth of it. I know some of the younger people are like, no, you got to get in the game. Well, no, I've been in the game with my friend. And one thing I've noticed about him is that because even Steve Harvey said, and I'm sorry for quoting him so much, but when he first met Marjorie, he knew he wanted to be with her, but they were both in different relationships. And so they honored those relationships, right? So that's why he knew the second time he saw her that it's a deal. I'll throw it all away. I want you. I only want you. That's how the masculine should be. Matter of fact, that's how the true masculines are. When men know the woman that they want, they don't risk losing her if they get a second chance. Some of them don't risk losing her when they first meet her. That's all I'm interested in. Period. And I'm not calling anybody my masculine. I'm not for these up and down shenanigans, the drama, the soap opera drama, the court drama. I'm not for none of that. As far as I'm concerned, all of you all are false twins, and I don't have time for nobody that's false anymore. Nope, not interested. All right. So at this point, my glow up is for me. I want to be satisfied with me. You know what I mean? And I just have some things that I need to address. Like, my hair is more brittle because I'm middle aged, but you can change that. Did you know if you have a vegan diet and you drink plenty of water and you exercise, every part of your body can be transformed. Did you know that dry fasting, as opposed to liquid fasting, is what tightens up your skin? So even if, and that's not to say if you have like 300 pounds to lose, like if you're morbidly obese at 400 pounds and you have to lose, or 500 pounds, and you need to lose 400, that you're not going to have loose skin. No. But like for me, not that I won't have loose skin, but I'm the size that I can be tightened up by the end of this year. Like real talk. And I do have a bit of a belly. I do. And because I've been through menopause. I have that. Yeah, I do. My belly is a problem. But I listen to people like the inventor of the snake diet, Cole. You know what I mean? I'm dry fasting right now. I've dry fasted before. I've lost weight before. I lost 40 pounds before when I was on a medication because I have eczema and it had gotten infected. And I gained 40 pounds on that because it was a steroid, right? And so I didn't like that. I mean, I was looking in the mirror crying. I had never been more than 100 and what, 20 pounds at that time, maybe 130. And so talked to my doctor, asked him how to wean myself off. I weaned myself to a certain point. I'm just telling, I give you examples because these are things you can do. All right. That's the point. I don't want anybody to think, gosh, she talks about herself a lot. I'm 55. I've lived a lot. I have a lot of experience on all this stuff on the twin flame journey because I've always been on it. That's how you know who's divine feminine. Anybody else is just talking because they're here to make money. Real talk. Damn. Sorry. I felt the energy of somebody you know what I mean? Ugh. So anyway, Um, but you can do it. You can re-glow up for those of you. Like I've always had a glow up because I was never obese in any part of my life until after and I had children late. And so even though I was very fit, I didn't exercise during my pregnancy because I had had a miscarriage a few years before that. And I took myself out of my hometown because being around my family is what caused, it was one of the factors for my miscarriage before, and I just wasn't taking any chances. And so I just took it easy. I ate very healthy. I drank a lot of water. I worked a job. I bought all of the things I would need for my daughter's first 2 years just on my own. And then I moved back to my hometown and had my baby. And she was so healthy. She was the biggest baby in the nursery. She was not even a fat baby, just solid, like 8 pounds, 5 ounces, solid head full of hair. Opened her eyes immediately. By the third day, she's lifting up her hand and looking at it and shit. Do you hear me? 3 days old. 3 days old. Because I sang to her by her second day of life, she was humming. This is what I'm telling you. I've always been on this journey, always. Our children, anyway. So, but what I didn't do is get back on my regime because I went through unemployment. I just went through a lot, and I went through trauma with a marriage. I went through a lot. Then I put myself into back into school. And so I've always just been overwhelmed. Kept a clean house, took care of my children, went to all their things at school, volunteered in the classroom, full-time student through associates, bachelor's, graduate school. Do you hear me? And I took very good care of my children. My children were always dressed nice, hair popping, they're beautiful. So anyway, the key to the real glow up is this. And I saw a video that Cole did. I think he did it yesterday. And from what people were saying in the comments, he had been away for a while. So he was saying that he put yourself on, what was it? It wasn't a scalable diet. It was some type of, it might have been where you use your scale. But basically, he was saying, don't even worry about fasting until you have your eating schedule down and what you eat. So, you want to have a diet that does not cause you to gain any weight from where you are. That means it's portion control, is about what you're eating, so that when you start your fasting, right? And then you go into your refeed after fasting, you're not like losing weight during your fast and then you're going into I'm going to refeed and overeat, right? You're binging, or we're binging. So I went through that. Recently I fasted for like 11 days, but it was like this. I fasted for 4 days, and this was maybe a month ago. I fasted for 4 days, and then I ate a meal. Then I fasted for 4 more days, and then I ate a meal. And then I fasted for 2 days, and then I ate a meal, and then I fasted for 1 day. So it was like 11 days like that. And then I fell off. Like, my children were asking me for burgers and chips, and I bought them, and I joined in. So one of the things I have to master is, regardless of what's in the house, really, like, I have to watch Cole every day. I have to watch this. There's another channel called Reg Edited, and she's made that channel for 50 and over. But if you're 40, if you're 30 something, however, whatever, she has started to say that whatever age you are, her channel is going to work for you. Now, she also has followed Cole's diet, the snake diet, but in the past, that's how she lost her initial weight. And now most of what she does is about maintenance. So if she has cheat days and she fell off and then she's finding that the weight's not dropping back off, she'll eat every other day for a week or so, or however long, to lose the weight, right? She has different tactics. Now she's learning that, because she usually uses potatoes as her heavy thing so that she's not hungry, because she only eats she does portion control, small meal, but she likes the potatoes because it makes her feel full. But now she's finding that her cholesterol has not lowered. And not that it's really high, it's not, because she doesn't have a bad diet or nothing. But just the fact that it's not like down to a perfect level, she knows it's because of the potatoes. So she's adjusting to that. So having channels like that you can watch every day to keep you focused is important. Depending on what your goal is. I know that Lizzo has started a movement for people that are obese to feel beautiful. My goal is not to be obese, not to continue to be overweight. And I'm not morbidly obese, but I don't like it. I want to be thin again, and I know I can be. So it's just a matter of doing the right things and being consistent. So as Cole was saying, if you have a certain type of food, you don't even have to eat a lot of different types of food. You don't. Don't let people tell you that you have to have variety. No, you don't. Let me tell you. If you eat green vegetables and you eat something like chickpeas, and some of the vegetables you eat are raw, and you drink water, you're gonna be thin. I, you don't have to make it complicated. Now, some of the people, like oh, I don't even know her name. She's the sweet lady. She used to be on TikTok, Tabitha. And now I think she's starting to, she has her own restaurant. I mean, she's just doing so well. And she's also an actress. Um, Now she has done a lot of vegan meals. That's what she used to do on TikTok. She would have these wonderful dishes that she created. It's because she's moving into a brand where she's going to have a restaurant, I believe, but that was her brand. She wanted to be about cooking, vegan meals. I am a very simple person, and even when I ate one meal a day, a lot of the times I hardly fluctuated in what I ate. Like I didn't. I would just eat something that was vegetarian or um like I would get a vegetarian Subway sandwich, the foot long, but it was just vegetables and cheese. That was it. And that would be my one meal. And then I would have an iced tea in the morning. I would dry fast all day because I worked an evening job until 11 o'clock at night. And then I would drink my tall 1.5 liter bottle of water. And that was my diet. And then every so often I would fast for 2 days, 2 or 3 days, something like that. Like real talk. So now, because I have weight to lose, though, I have to be more aggressive when it comes to fasting. So, like the 11-day fast I did was good. What wasn't good was the fact that I binged at the end of that because I hadn't established what I was going to eat for my one meal, that I'm eating one meal a day, and that I'm eating at the same time every day. It has to be a routine. Once you establish that eating routine, regardless of when you come off of a fast now, because you've missed food, you're not going to just binge on crazy things. First of all, you're probably going to stick to just the one meal. So it's not going to be, oh God, I woke up this morning, I had this, and then my children were having this for lunch, so I had some. And then I had, no, it's not going to be that. You have to have that regularity. That's what I always, always, always had most of my adult life. But even as a child, like I was the kind of child, and it's because of this. Let me tell you this little bit. So my mother had 7 children, right? I was the second oldest. And with me, and she's always been like healthy. Like she used to fast. They made us vegetarians at a certain point. But my mother would jog, and we lived in a nice middle class neighborhood. Our elementary school, that we went to one elementary school our whole lives. It was right around the corner, huge park, beautiful, everything. She used to jog around that park every morning. So every time she dropped a baby, or one of her pregnancies was twins, she would jog around that park and have her beauty right back. I mean, she was always beautiful, but I'm her shape. You hear what I'm saying? Like my mother, I've never seen my mother obese. Never, ever, never. You know? So that's where me and my sisters have always gotten our drive. Like I always had muscular arms. So I'm telling you, when I look at my arms, and for me, and I know this is not even, really, really bad. Like it's not Oprah arms like when she was obese. It's not. But for me, my arms used to be, I mean, yeah. So that's just is a part of it is my pride, is my vanity because I'm older. You know what I mean? And yeah, when you age and you have these hiccups, it is a strike against your vanity. No lie, I can't say it's not. So that's all I'm saying is find that kind of rhythm, put yourself on a routine like that. And Nicole was even saying, even if you eat twice a day, even if you eat 3 times a day, if all you're having for your breakfast is like rinsed off vegetables, fresh. Fruit, fresh fruit. No bread, no coffee. You gotta go to his channel, Snake Diet. Snake Diet on Facebook and YouTube. Just go. I mean, he gonna curse you out and call you fatty, but get over yourself. What he's teaching is the truth. Okay. And then do the work. But establish, and Reg edited too. Reg, REG, edited, like you edit something, EDITED, on YouTube. Beautiful. Everything she teaches is what she eats in a day, how to have the perfect bite, just that one little moderately sized meal a day. How to exercise, even though you're only eating that one meal. Most of what she does is walking for her exercise. And she's beautiful. So, what else? What is the glow up really about? It's about energy. It is. It's about your energy. It's about it flowing freely, consistently. Just as consistent you are as to stay healthy, is how freely and beautifully your energy will flow. Your intuition. You'll know who's for you and who's not for you. What environment is for you, what is not for you, what job is for you. You'll be attracted and pulled towards things. It won't be a start and stop like, and I bear witness. See, this is why I share so much, because this journey, I'm on this journey. It's authentic. I'm authentically divine feminine. All right. So, when I first, like I said, when I first awakened, when me and my friend connected and started talking and falling in love, and I was fasting, the spiritual experiences, the downloads, it was just effortless because I wasn't clogging myself up with toxic foods, toxic people, toxic experiences. He was on a positive thing with me too, and it was consistent. You know what I mean? I was having dreams about him. Yeah, all of that. But they were toxic dreams too. So then we started going through it, the real bumpy stuff, and that ups and downs, and I'm getting my heart broken, and all of that. And then I walked away, and he was mad at me. Yeah. Not only did I gain weight, but I also dropped off of my prayer, dropped off of my spiritual path of meditating. I was feeling the stress of life. My children start going through a lot of drama too. It just had an effect. And so now I've noticed because even when I was fasting before, I was hangry. Now when I fast, because I'm so much more, because of what my children have been through in the school system and some of our trials in the last 2 years when I wasn't talking to my friend have been so stressful on all of us that now I'm so mindful of how I talk to them. I'm not talking about that I never fuss at them. I do, because they're teenagers and they can be disrespectful and they need to help me, and not make me do everything because it's too much for me. But I make sure that most of the time is love. That most of the time is love. I even catch myself, I'm like, I'm sorry, mommy's tired. Come here, hug them, and they love me so much. So that's what it is now that I'm free. It's just me focusing on my own energy. It's not me focusing on my energy and being distracted by this wonderful male pulling me into his energy, and then he thinks that's funny. You know what I mean? It's just what I've always been, which is single and able to maintain my peace. I'm going to learn, how to maintain it, but I'm only willing to learn it with a true divine masculine. And he has to be growing. It can't, no. I'm 55. I know some of what the young feminines, divine feminines do is because they're young and they have the time. I don't have time. I'm either going to miss it or it's going to come right. He's going to come ready. because of my age. I'm not. I'm not going through young stressful shit with anybody else. I will not. And I'm not bringing anybody around my children unless they are perfectly safe. And actually, I actually don't even want to risk it, you know? So we'll see. I mean, I'll see how it plays out. I mean, you know what I mean? He would have to be the real masculine. No threat. And I have a list of affirmations. I have a whole list of attributes. So if you show up as that motherfucker, if you really that motherfucker, I'm impressed. That's the only way we would be getting married and blending families and shit. So anyway, learning how to fast. One of the things that helped me get through the 11 days that I did was, and I've never had to do this before because I've just always, like my mother, I've always worked out. I've always not eaten a whole bunch. I've never overeaten prior to having children. So I didn't have to have a methodology. Now I find I do have to have a methodology. So, like, I had to talk to my girls last night about me fasting for today and tomorrow so that they weren't just eating all day long and triggering me, and so they would lovingly, like they lovingly brought me, I wanted some popcorn when they were having their food for lunch. And they just hugged me and said, "No, mommy, you can do it. Stay focused." So, one of the things that helps me is the science of creation, of multiplicity in creation. So, once you can create the first thing, right? If you can create the first day, you can create the whole deck because it's the same. That's when it becomes a methodology. If you can create the first card, then you know what to do for the other 77. That's how I look at it. And that worked. That worked. All right. So I'm creating today. Tomorrow it's a repeat. And then I get to eat dinner tomorrow. And that's 48 hours because I haven't eaten anything or had anything to drink since yesterday dinner time. And so that's my advice. I had a wonderful friend of mine from Phoenix who called me around the time, it was after I had done the 11 days and I was still in a binge. And she called me up and said she wanted to fast and would I help her? And I said, yes, let's fast together. And we were supposed to fast for 3 days. I wasn't focused. So I started off the first day, I only made it to dinner and then I ate, but I just didn't tell her. And because I didn't share with her how I was falling off, I just checked on with her every morning. I taught her how to get through the first day. I said, in the next 2 days, it's just a repeat. So get these liquids. I'm gonna tell you what, and that's what you focus on, and then you stay busy. So the things that I drink usually when I fast, not on a dry fast, I don't drink anything. But excuse me. The things on a liquid fast that I drink are Lipton iced tea, lemon flavored Lipton iced tea because it's not very sweet at all. I drink that in the morning when I'm first, wanting something to drink. Maybe it's about 10 o'clock. And I buy 1.5 liters of alkaline water or, well, they have so many types of alkaline water now, but just, some type of alkaline water. And I also drink chicken broth and I put maybe some lemon juice in it because because it's hot, that helps with digestion. It helps with, defecation, cleaning out your intestines. And she did it. She was successful and I was so proud of her. She was so proud of herself. She thanked me so much that she was able to do it. And she stuck to exactly how I taught her to get started and to go forward. And she did it. And I told her, you can fast, however long you want to. You don't want to go so long that you don't have any fat on your body. It's going to make you too weak. And she said, okay. Because initially she was like, oh, we're going for 11 days. Because I told her about my 11 days. I was like, no, it's your first fast. But once you can do this 3 days, you can fast whenever you need to. So I'm going to check back with her and see if she's fasted since. So that's what I'm going to say to you guys. Get your supplies first. Now, if you go and check out the snake diet, that's a whole different type of fasting. Um, and he usually has you get like the Himalayan pink sea salt along with the no salt potassium. It's a dry mix that you put into your water, and that cuts appetite and it helps you get through and retain your liquids and that type of thing. And you can go for as long as you want to on the snake diet. So I can't find potassium in my town. I can't find it. And then Amazon had it for sale, but it was at a ridiculous cost. It was crazy. So anyway, but I did find the sea salt. I just haven't used it because I didn't have the potassium. So other than that, yeah, that's how you fast. If you want to just try it for one full day, just one day only, then do that. And then, fast for that day, maybe start off eating the next day some small, maybe fruit, something like that. I love raw spinach personally. If I eat raw spinach and a couple of bean tacos, yum. And then I'll have this is my favorite meal. Can I tell you my favorite meal? It's I put in a large, I'm talking like when I show you this dimension, this is exactly, it's a storage, like a Tupperware bowl. I put in a Tupperware bowl that much raw spinach. I rinse it off in a colander, put it in there. No dressing, just raw, like real talk. And then I usually have a bowl of chickpea soup, and then I might have two tacos and some artichoke hearts. They have these glass jars of marinated artichoke hearts. They're so good, and it has vinegar in it, so it's nice and tart. I drain all the oil out and the marinade spices, and that's my meal. Now, some of that can be a bit too much to have chickpea soup and the spinach and the artichoke hearts and two tacos. So this is how I'm going to amend it, just because of what I heard Cole say this morning or yesterday, whenever it was, it must have been this morning. I think what I'm going to do is, if I have the tacos, I won't have the chickpea soup. I'll just have spinach with artichoke hearts and the tacos. If I don't have the artichoke hearts, I'll have my chickpea soup with two tacos. If I don't want to have tacos, or if I just want it to be vegan or vegetable without the taco shells, then I'll do chickpea soup with the raw spinach and the artichoke hearts. Some variation of that. You know what I mean? If I want to have asparagus, however I want. Green vegetables are I am serious about green vegetables. Like I would have, oh my God, I'm fantasizing now because I'm dry fasting, but like I could just see it in front of me, like a whole serving, or like nice size serving of string beans with with raw spinach and a bowl of chickpea soup. And then do another, so once I'm able to get the potassium, or if one of you wants to really, because no one really donates to my channel and I put in a lot of work. I've already done, this is going to be my 510th video. And my videos, I watch my own videos. They build me up so I know the effect they could have on others. If you want to look on Amazon and price the, it's called No Salt, or watch one of the snake diet videos where Cole tells you the exact recipe and he shows you the packet for the no salt potassium, and then you want to price it on Amazon and send me the money to my PayPal. I would love that, especially if you send it with tax and shipping, because I don't have a lot of funds. I take care of my household and my children, and I'm on a very strict diet. Budget, not diet, budget. But I would love if someone could gift me that. Yeah, I would be so grateful. And then I could do the snake diet, because according to him and according to a lot of his followers, you can go indefinitely. You can go a long time. I'm talking 30 days on the snake diet. And I believe Reg Edited did that. That's how she initially lost her weight, was she did the snake diet for a protracted period of time. Realistically, for me, I would want to do like 2 weeks, like 14 days. I would love to be able to do a 14-day once I have my one meal routine down. So, like, now I'm doing 2 days dry, and I'm going to get off this talk in a minute. And it's making me feel a little thirsty. See, this is just for props because it's my favorite mug and I love putting it on my table. He did say we could do like a little bit of a swallow of water, but don't just be drinking stuff. Um, yeah, and then I'm gonna relax and braid my daughter's hair. But this is so that Monday through Friday or all of next week and following is going to be about the routine of my one meal. And it's going to be about, yes, eating things that I absolutely love, but not going overboard. Not going overboard with it. So that's and doing my workout. So I really could do my workout, especially if I don't waste the water on drinking one swallow of water because I've been talking on these two talks, and wait until after my workout to do it. However, I do it. I do want to have some level of a workout. Definitely do my 120 crunches. Okay, this is how I do 120 crunches. I really want you all to be beautiful. I want to be beautiful again. I do. And not that I'm like, I was the most beautiful, like whoever you all deem to be beautiful, but for me, yeah, plenty of the men on my pages love how I look. So I'm just saying, if I can get back to that, I will be the most grateful divine feminine ever, and then maintain that until I die. You know what I mean? Not that I'll never age, but I don't want to, I don't want to age like, I have a great grandmother on my father's side who ate mostly a plant-based diet, and she lived to be 99, and she was thin and spry her entire life. All right? So that's what I mean. I want to go out like a champ, you know? Anyway, so that's what I wanted to bring to you. Remember portion control, water intake, exercise, fasting, eating one meal a day. If you get to a point in your weight loss, even with fasting, where you hit a plateau, you might have to do one meal every other day. Like one day eat, one day fast. So it's like a 2-day fast every 2 days. So, and I'm sure I'll get there because that's what happened when I was doing the 14 days. I hit a plateau and it seemed like I could not, and I was losing weight so fast and my hair was growing and it was so healthy and I was glowing and but I fell off with, the ups and downs of that connection. So we can do it. We can do it. Just do it. All right. Let me know in the comments what you think, how you feel, how this resonates, what's your journey. I would love, love, love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit the like button. Continue to support my channel so more people can see my content. Peace.